Unfortunately, no matter how independent I am, at the end of the day, I just want a man to hold me and tell me everything's gonna be okay.
I'm not saying you can't have friends. I'm just saying you can't go around liking girls in bikini pictures because that makes me look stupid. Would you like it if I posted bikini pictures like that?
How many sets you got left?
Can't you say I'm in the middle of an argument right now?
Can we take turns? Dude, I get it, but she's your girl. You can't be following random girls and liking their Instagram pics.
The number one habit of a confident man, having self-respect. A confident man knows that if he doesn't respect himself, no woman ever will. So, when a woman's behavior clashes with his values, he either calls it out or cuts her off. Because he knows that it hurts less to let the wrong woman go than to tolerate a lifetime of disrespect.
She don't want to be strong and independent. She don't have a choice. She doesn't want to be a leader, but she has no choice. You think she wants to run around the house fixing things and orchestrating things and planning everything and providing everything? Absolutely not. But she has no choice. She's masculine because you're rich. That's why.
A lot of these women don't really understand you can't mock a man for shooting his shot and then wonder why he stopped shooting. Wonder why he stopped approaching you. Because you.
There are some men who, if they meet you while they're not serious, it's never going to happen for them in their head because that's not what he saw in you when he met you. Now, 5 years later, when that man decides he wants to be serious, the first girl he dates, he's going to get serious with her because that's just his mindset. I feel like we as women are different. Like we can find a guy when we're just like playing the field and then we try to end up serious with him because we've spent so much time with them that we're just like, oh, I might as well commit to him. I don't think men are really wired that way.
Modern men aren't even trying to attract women anymore. They're trying to attract men. And I said what I said, because be honest, when you guys are posting your Rolexes, your gym bods, your BMWs, do you think the women are going crazy over that? That is literally for male validation. Okay, you're telling other men, look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm successful, look at me, look at me, look at me. Like, okay, we're looking. The men are.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
I hope everyone finds a man as confident and savage as mine. I had some friends go to a singles event. They invited me along as a joke. And my sweet man dropped me off. And before I got out the car, he says, wear the singles wristband. Make sure you flirt with people. Don't come home till you get a free drink. So I go into this event. I flirt with two men very uncomfortably, and I'm done. He comes to pick me up, and I tell him what happened, which is a whole lot of nothing. But I say, you know, thank you for letting me. That was very cool of you. What a modern man. And he says, well, it wasn't really much of a risk, was it? Damn right.
You know, a lot of times women are wondering why men stopped approaching. They stopped approaching because it's not appreciated. At some point in time, you have to learn to discipline yourself and appreciate what a man does for you.
Women who are in their masculine attract feminine men, and then they're disappointed when they don't have the security. I was that woman, right? You realize, well, why isn't he supportive of me? And why isn't he taking care of me? And why is it always up to me to do? Well, I presented myself as that. I presented myself as a can-do woman, right? So you can do mommy things, right? I'm the caller, I'm the person who's planning this, I'm taking care of that. And you realize you're so exhausted and you're not fulfilled. And maybe you can start off there, but certainly it doesn't have longevity and consistency built into it because eventually your femininity will cry out.
Most of you don't understand that men live to please you. They get to the point where they don't know how, or some of you don't let them. You were trained, if you make them that, they'll get overconfident and they'll leave you or they'll take control over you. You should never depend on them. And he doesn't know how to break through that. He's been trying for a very long time. And he's finally exhausted the point to saying, even though I love her, maybe at this stage of my life with X number of years left, because that's usually what does it, by the way. People get to the point where they go, you know what, I can't spend another decade this way, another 5 years this way. I can't imagine, I got to do something. I don't want to leave, but I can't live this way.
The number one sign a woman is wifey material. Number one clear sign to determine if a girl is wifey material is if she performs 5 acts of kindness without you asking. This is the golden rule to determine who a woman truly is at her nature. Ask yourself, Has she ever done 5 acts of kindness for you without you asking? Think about it right now. The girl you're dealing with, the girls in your past, did they ever do nice things for you without you asking? That's the number one sign of a wifey material. A girl who's willing to show you her kindness without you having to give her or spoil her for it. She does it out of the kindness of her heart. This is the woman that you should spoil and date long term.
A lot of these modern women don't understand that the cold approach is dating because modern women made it a crime to say hello. They made it a crime for a man to come up and just talk to him, start a normal conversation, just be friendly.
Another thing that girls don't seem to understand is that a man know that you've had another man. They don't want to know that though. Don't let them find out. Don't let another hit your phone. Don't let another remind nothing. No, come back, nothing. He's going to lose his. Yes, he know you've had a boyfriend before him. He don't want to know that though. That's what makes not want to with y'all no more. Y'all be thinking, oh, it was in the past. It was in the past. Yeah, but now it's in y'all face, and now it's reminding him that you was his. Now it's like he fighting for his all over again. Y'all understand? It'd be more. It's deeper with a man. It'd be more embarrassing. They headspace be somewhere else. They think different, bro. So it's different. Like with us, we know our man that had another girl. In our eyes, he our man now. You know, but it's different when they take different, folks. I'm just telling y'all. Y'all, if you get it, you get it.
And really, modern women need to start asking the question, why would somebody chase me if I'm sitting up here acting like I don't want to be caught? If I'm sitting up here acting like I really don't want him, I just want to run around in circles. They want to play this game endlessly, and men don't want to be involved in that.
I'll never forget, I told a man one day that I wanted to learn how to crochet. Do y'all know that within not even a week, he was at my door with a big tote bag full of sunflowers, because I love sunflowers, in 7 different yarns, 7 different colors of yarn. Every size of a crochet needle that you can think of, a beginner book that has so many different patterns and just the basics on how to crochet, and a list that he made of YouTubers that makes tutorials on how to learn how to crochet, and a $100 gift card for Joann's before they went out of business, and told me, this is how you can start learning how to crochet, and the gift card is for anything that I may have missed. Why would I ever lower my standards?
Yes, I'm going to say it. Most women want masculine men. I can't speak for everybody, okay? Most women want a man who's a provider. Most women want to feel safe with a man. If a woman's anything like me, they tired of being strong all the time. They want a man that they can depend upon. A man who's independent. A man who leads his life well. A man who's strong. A man who's courageous. A man she can trust. Y'all, I'm indecisive. I want a man personally who can make decisions for me. Most women want a man who is not as emotional as they are. Most women want a man who's stable. Most women want a man who's strong-minded. Most women want a man who's assertive. Most women want a man who is dominant. Most women want a man who is wise. I think when it all comes down to it, a lot of women are afraid of this kind of man. Maybe they've been hurt by this kind of guy. Maybe they've seen somebody else get hurt by this kind of guy, and therefore prefer men to have more feminine traits. And that's okay.
You know, I heard a woman say something stupid. Something stupid. Oh, don't tell a man that, or don't tell a woman she's lucky to have a man. That man is lucky to have the woman. Can you be quiet? That's the fastest way modern women be trying to ruin relationships. Girl, be quiet. Shut up. Nobody asked you.
So there's something that we have to talk about. It's pretty serious and it really keeps coming up, so I think we should address it. And it's my age and ethnicity. Well, the thing is that I'm not in my 20s, and I wouldn't think that I look like I'm in my 20s, but the men hitting on me, they're in their 20s. So I think we need to address this. I am in my 30s, on the late end of 30. 39, actually. And let's talk about ethnicity. I'm not Hapa, I'm not half. I'm white, like super white, like English, German, some French. There's a little bit of Italian and Portuguese in there though. So a little mixed, I suppose. But just so you know, that's the deal.
Would you say you wifey material? Yeah. What makes you wifey material? I'm tall, I'm athletic, I'm pretty, I'm funny, I have a good personality, I can cook.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Clean, I have a career.
What's the best thing you can cook?
I don't know.
What a shocker.
Impossible. Pasta's crazy. Pasta's the easiest thing to cook. If you're sitting there saying that that's your main dish, that's crazy.
That's very true.
It's literally noodles.
But you're not giving me nothing else.
Hard to f that up.
But you're not giving me nothing else. How am I supposed to know if you can cook if you don't know your best dish? That's a good question.
Because I try to eat really healthy, so I eat like pretty basic.
It can be good and healthy. That's possible.
I had steak and shrimp for dinner.
Steak and shrimp, no side.
Broccoli.
Broccoli? You seem like a broccoli kind of girl.
What does that mean?
You keep it simple, maybe season it sometime. Not all the time.
Okay, don't do me like that. That's crazy.
Gotcha.
You know, modern women, they don't really understand how emotionally unintelligent they are. And silly, to be honest with you, right? Men have stopped pursuing you because you kept on telling people, including law enforcement, that it's harassment. And everybody online that it's harassment. And so men have taken a step back and say, well, I don't want to be seen as that. I'm not a creep. And they go and start doing other things.
One of the greatest things a woman can do for her man is keep herself out of the reach of other men. Not because she's controlled, not because she's afraid, but because she understands what commitment actually means. She doesn't entertain attention she doesn't need. She doesn't seek validation outside the relationship. She doesn't keep emotional doors open just in case. She knows loyalty isn't proven when temptation is absent. It's proven when temptation is present and still refused. A woman who truly respects her man protects the relationship even when he's not watching. That's integrity. She understands trust isn't built through reassurance, but through consistent behavior, through boundaries that don't need reminders. Choosing to be unavailable to other men isn't giving up freedom, it's choosing clarity. It quietly says, I chose you intentionally, not out of comfort, not out of routine, but out of respect. And when a man feels that kind of certainty, he feels grounded, he feels valued, he feels secure. That's how love stays strong.
And what you're really seeing, and it's kind of funny, is that modern women have to now step up and be the ones to approach a man. And when they get rejected, and mind you, that in a lot of situations, when a woman gets rejected, it's a lot milder than what these modern women be doing. Because these modern women be entitled. But when a man does it, he's a little bit more polite. And he lets her down a lot easier than these modern women would ever with a man.
You said men signed up to take estrogen and they all quit within 3 days because they felt crazy from all the input from the environment.
Because of testosterone in a committed state of mind, once a man commits, it screens out everything considered irrelevant. This is single focus. This is what testosterone does to the brain, creates a committed state of mind. If you think about a hunter, there's a deer. Deer. He doesn't go, is there a better deer behind it? So if you want to hide food from men, you just put it in like the second or third row. They're just going to look at what's in the front row. This is what's in the refrigerator, everything that's in the front row. Single focus. And it drives us. We'll roll our eyes and tisk and mumble and he's just focused, getting it done. He doesn't even hear it. But we think he did hear it and he's ignoring me. Yes.
Which then we
because he disrespects me.
Correct.
Yes. And now we're really pissed. This is why we have to like roll it all back. What if we're just different?
Not to be a horse, but we are in a sassy man apocalypse. I just came from getting a burrito.
Okay, look, this actually isn't a bad video, okay? Let me tell you what happened. Basically, she was going to get a burrito and her card wasn't working or something, so then, like, she took out cash and this guy next to her was like, oh, you gonna pay for my burrito with all that cash? And I think we can all agree that's not something you should say to someone you're trying to flirt with. So aside from Sassy Man Apocalypse, which of course we know is a dog whistle for homophobia, it seems like she's valid to complain about that, okay? However, I want to further something. Because apparently he followed her out to her car, which don't do that ever. And he asked for a number and she didn't give it. But when she was saying that she didn't give it, she said something quite interesting.
Your first impression is asking a woman for money. And what world is that attractive?
I'm gonna play it again, okay? Make sure you caught it.
Your first impression
is asking a woman for money. And what world is that attractive?
Like, do you see how close we are as a society to getting it, to like understanding it? The day that particular women on TikTok can change that word from woman to person, Oh my God, internet dating discourse is going to be saved. It's going to be,
Strongly agree. Yeah. Nani, rich men are allowed to cheat.
Successful men deserve the right to exercise their options, yes.
Whether married or not, even if they are married.
I said a smart married woman only worries about what's in front of her. There's no problems, there's no issues. A smart woman does that.
Yeah.
So if you and then you start paging it, you'll most likely find what you are looking for. And where the idea came from is, what are men's prerequisite of women?
Yes.
What are men's prerequisite of women? I'm asking you.
It's is it not submissiveness?
Exactly.
Feminine women,
Exactly.
Beautiful women.
Exactly. So then now, if you take 10 out of 10 of those boxes, aren't you basically the?
Yeah.
Can't you basically just demand to arrive there and have all your paid for, treated like a princess?
But some women want more, Noni, than just...
Which ones?
Some of us want a man with good character. Some of us want
Okay, but then you haven't answered the question. If you are a 10 out of 10...
A man or a woman?
Dating as a demigirl is just weird because I keep watching the age of the men that I'm attracted to go up because I'm realizing that the older the man, the more emotionally mature, ideally, most of the time. But when I first started on Hinge, I was for sure going more men my age. The first man that got a date was 34, which makes sense because, like, the men my age aren't super emotionally mature. He was not emotionally mature enough for me either. But as I keep dating and as I keep going up and up and up, now I'm starting to see men that are like 38 as attractive. And I used to think that was way too old. Like, even when I went out with a 34-year-old, I was like, why do you want to go out with a 28-year-old? It's kind of weird. But maybe it's not so weird, because now I'm like, no, a 38-year-old's actually kind of like on my level. That's who I'm attracted to now. The reality is my psyche is forming an emotional attachment to this man, not a physical attachment to this man. And I've gone out with a lot of men under 35, and they've all treated me pretty poorly, except for one who got to stick around for a couple of months, but he was not like as established as a 38-year-old man, right? 38-year-old men are more likely to be emotionally mature and are more likely to be financially established. So that's like automatically, when I see a man that's attractive and I look up his age, for sure closer to 40 now.
I'm talking to a fine dude. I like my man to be aight looking. Just be aight. You find ones like will be following your stupid tricks. Like you hang up on them, they don't call you back, they don't blow you up.
I don't think it's fine, man. I just think that person just not into you. Can I do it being fine, man? They don't want. It's not worth the argument. I don't know.
Punk, you think more attractive men keep it cool?
They typically got more options. The more options people got, the more it's like...
The more nonchalant they can be?
Yeah, why am I pouring, doing this much for you and there's people I ain't got to do all that for? Like, you hanging up on me and you want me to call you back. How that makes sense? No, I'm not about to do that. Show me you can. Don't hang up on me, because clearly you don't if you hung up on me. So I'm going to go talk to the person that ain't hanging up on me. But yeah, they got more options typically, so...
Yeah, they can play.
But I think that's true for any man that kind of know his worth. Like, I know women hate that men knowing their worth, but I think for any
How dare you?
any man that knows his worth, it's like you ain't got to stalk a person. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a man that's really on you like that, you need to appreciate that, because he really like you. He really like you. He really probably love you.
He either love you or he don't get no options.
Yeah, y'all don't want somebody with no options.
Nope. Y'all don't give you the egg.
Hey.
What are you doing home?
I got off work early.
Didn't expect you to be home till we went there. I'm gonna do a surprise for you.
I worked a 12-hour shift. Move.
You have to leave.
No.
I was about to do a surprise for you.
I gotta go. Who's in the bathroom? Why's the water acting so weird, Jenna?
I'm not. I had a surprise you.
You've never got off the couch when I got home. Why's the sink on?
No.
Who's in here? Why's the door locked? Jenna?
Genuinely heartbreaking, man. There's men out here going through this every single day, coming home to find out their wife is cheating on them, sleeping with another dude, and they don't know how to respond. No reaction will always be the best reaction, man. I know how much it hurts right now in this moment, but time heals all wounds. God heals all wounds. Give that pain you're feeling to the Lord, man, and don't give her any emotion. Don't show her emotion. I know how hard that is, man. Don't sit there and talk to her about it. There's nothing else to be heard. You already know what she did. You already know that she doesn't respect you anymore. And that woman that you fell in love with is no longer there, man. You know, you made her special in your head. She's no longer special anymore. You know, you get up, you get on your grind, and you do what you need to do to improve your life. Focus on the Lord, man. Focus on what He has for you. Because I promise, man, Jeremiah 29:11, He has a plan for your life. He has something for you. No matter who you are, what you're going through, He has a plan for your life, man. Give it to Him. Become the best version of yourself you could possibly be, man. Felt called to make this video. This lifestyle is a life of pain. Is anyone out here watching this video? For the men and the women, obviously abuse is not okay. It doesn't matter what gender you guys are. Abuse is not okay. Doesn't matter what gender we are. Doesn't matter the situation. Abuse is never going to be okay. Partying, sleeping around with men, sleeping around with women will never ever bring you peace. This is a lifestyle of destruction. It is where Satan wants you to be. If you're out here and you're clubbing every weekend and partying and just getting messed up all the time, you will never find peace. A lot of people go back to that lifestyle because they think in that 10-hour span, 5-hour span, they're having the most fun of their life. The next day they wake up, they feel like crap. The next week they feel like crap. Jesus is the only level of peace you will ever feel on this earth that is worth feeling, man. He's the only consistent peace we have. And knowing that God gave us the blueprint on how to live a happy and peaceful life. And at the end of the day, stay away from partying, stay away from all the clubbing, stay away from the porn, stay away from all these bad things. They're bad for you, man. They're bad for your brain. They're bad for your mental. Focus on God and focus on what God has for you.
You think He stopped pursuing you, but actually He just got tired of it never being good enough. And I say this from experience. Walked through 15 plus years of deep pain in my own marriage. And we went through this season in our life where my husband wanted to just do the same thing all the time, and I wanted something different. I wanted some variety, some spice, and so he would be doing the same thing again, and I would kind of just give him no energy, and he could feel that, and then he'd say something, and then I would complain and let him know this is boring, and he'd shut down, he'd leave, and then we'd both feel rejected by the end. And this happened over and over again, and I started to feel like he doesn't even care what I want or what I need. He's not pursuing me in the way that I'm telling him I want to be pursued. And he was feeling rejected, and he was going into these shame spirals that would keep us from feeling connected in any area of our relationship. And I've seen this play out over and over in the couples that I coach. The wife feels unseen and hurt, and so she becomes critical and guarded. She kind of goes into self-protection. And then he feels rejected and criticized, and he shuts down as well. The more he feels rejected, the more he withdraws. And so this cycle just plays out over and over again. You're both really in this self-protective state, and somebody has to come out of it, hopefully both of you, but right now you can only control you, so that's why I'm speaking to you. And I want to encourage you to come back to the woman you are. Let the guard down, let the self-protection down, open back up, enjoy your softness, enjoy the playfulness and the pleasure and all that that's inside of you. It makes you the woman that you are. Come out of survival mode, and I'm helping you do just that in my Come Back to You event. I'd love to get you more details. Just comment "come back" below, and I'll send you the link.
Pound Town has been shut down. I just read one of my comments on one of those posts, and a guy said, marriage is women's new hustle, and I could not agree more, because seriously, one, they throw it back for you in the beginning, they lock you down, they pop out a couple of kids, which is like secondary insurance to the whole tying you down part, and then when they get the divorce after they hit amnesia from shutting you off, they collect the paycheck. They get the alimony, they get the child support, they get more than 50-50 with the kids, and half of the time, more than half the time, they get the whole house that you just busted your paying for the last 10 years. And what did she do? She took care of it or cleaned it up, maybe. But I totally agree that marriage is the women's new hustle. I saw a post with a female that said, ladies, you're doing it all wrong. She had 6 kids. She was 25 years old, around in in her 20s, mid to late 20s. 6 kids, 6 different baby daddies. And she said each one of them comes with a paycheck, and I wake up every morning and my bills are paid. I'm like, so that's what we're doing in these streets now? Like, we're like, y'all are a bunch of trash pandas. And I know that not all women are like this, and the women that aren't, this video is not going to bother them because they know they don't fit into that category. But the women that do fit into the category, I think y'all need help. And I don't think there's any helping you, because it's like, that's just your way of life.
I've been thinking about why all the men in my comments feel so outraged and so angry about some of the advice I'm giving, and I want to share a theory. They seem to be really upset that they're having to put in a lot of work and a lot of, perceived effort, and that they're not really getting anywhere with women. And I want to talk about why I think this is. So I'm a millennial. I'm 36, and I think our generation of women were really the ones raised by this whole idea that women need to lean in. The Sheryl Sandberg book and all of these ideas that women are just not trying hard enough in their careers to get what they want. So culturally, women are really being pushed to succeed and to make their own money and be more financially successful than ever before. But what's happening to the men? I think a lot of them become upset that no one's really there mentoring them or nurturing them in that way. And then they realize they've got a society full of women who really don't need them financially and are looking for emotionally supportive, equal partners. But who's trained the men to become those equal partners? While society is certainly changing, it's still tough for a lot of men to reach out for therapy or for mentorship or to get emotional support and nurturing, even today. And I think all of this anger that I'm getting from people in my comments is that they realize that they just haven't received the resources to be able to keep up and catch up with the women that they're trying to attract. And this is one of the reasons that I'm a men's dating coach. A lot of men want to be the modern, equitable partners for the women of their dreams, women who don't need them, but really want them.
It's funny that modern women have all of these preferences, right? I want a man who's a provider, he's in shape, he's 6 feet tall, but then you have a woman and she'll be overweight, obese, honestly and truly just talking crazy to the man. Talking crazy to the man like the man don't mean anything. And the man be like, how are you expecting me to be something and you're none of those things? That doesn't make any sense.